Thank you so much for stopping in today to learn a lot more about the Guardian Ad Litem program. My name is Nicole, and I am here with the amazing Adina.
Hello.
And we are so happy to first share about the history, then we're going to share about our volunteers, and then we're going to talk about our amazing children. So the Guardian Ad Litem program has been around for about 40 plus years, and we range all the way from about Tallahassee all the way down to the Keys with 20 different circuits. So if you are anywhere in Florida, you have a Guardian Ad Litem program near you. In that area, which is the entire state of Florida, we have over 10,000 volunteers. Unfortunately, our number of children is even bigger than that. So that's one reason why we need you as a volunteer to be able to help our children in the child welfare system. A lot of our individuals that come and want to volunteer ask us different questions about why do these children enter the system? So all of our children come into care because of absolutely no fault of their own. They are wonderful, amazing children, but unfortunately, they have been abused, neglected, or abandoned. So phone calls have been made to the Department of Children and Family by really anyone who knows that child. Everyone in Florida is a mandated reporter. So once you see, hear, or know about abuse, neglect, or abandonment, that person does have to call the 1-800-96-ABUSE hotline. When that phone call goes into the Department of Children and Family, they'll send out investigators to see if that child is safe or unsafe. If that child is unsafe, they will be removed from their home and placed into, it could be a group home, a foster care home, or it could be with a relative caregiver, which could be grandma, aunt, uncle, someone of the sort, as long as it is a safe placement. We ask our volunteers to be with us for about 1.5 to 2 years, because normally that's how long the child is in the foster care system for. It takes a lot of time to be able to try to reunite that family together. That is our main goal. Sometimes that's not an option, unfortunately, and we have to head towards the goal of adoption in those cases. So a lot of times individuals come to us and they say, do you as a volunteer even make a difference in our community? What does that look like? So Adina, can you share with us about the story about Angela to give our viewers just a story to kind of understand what we do in the community?
Absolutely, Nicole. Thanks. There's a lot of success stories. Unfortunately, what you hear in the media and on the news, it's always the failures, but there are so many successes. And this young lady, Angela, is a perfect example of one. She and her sister were taken from their parents pretty much at birth and then adopted. And so you think, great, happily ever after, a forever home. It didn't work out like that. They were removed from the adoptive family home as well. But yet she has persevered. She has grown up to be an amazing young woman. She was a finalist in the Guardian Ad Litem Foundation Award, which recognizes children who've come out of the foster care system. And she is now, let's see, what month are we in? She started college last fall, and she wants to be a lawyer. She wants to advocate for children, and she is just a perfect example of what having a guardian, having a dependable adult in your life, a role model, someone you can rely on to help you, what we can do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adina. So to follow up that, a lot of our viewers might say, well, what does it take to become a volunteer? What do I have to do to help children in our community that come from hard places? Can you share with us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. And that is a big question that I get all the time because people tend to confuse this with being a foster parent. Now, the children do not live with us, but it is our responsibility to be that responsible adult, to be that role model in their lives. So the minimum requirements are that you will meet with the child at least once a month. This can be at the park, at school, at home. We do want you to vary your visits. So if you meet with them at their home placement one time, then you meet with them, at school another time. You are required to show up in court. Normally, this is once a quarter, so that's 4 times a year. The judge will want to know what your opinion is, what's going on with the child, because we are just for the child. We are not team biological parents. We are not team foster parents. We just want the best outcome for the child. And the judge will ask you what your opinion is on things. When you're visiting the child, you will see things that the child needs, that the child wants. For example, a child is placed away from their family. Maybe they're siblings. They need sibling visits. So you will say to the court, Your Honor, we'd like the court to order sibling visits. And then you'll follow up to make sure that those visits happen. The child may need tutoring. Maybe the child played tuba in the band at their old school. They're at a new school, Your Honor. We need to find this child a tuba. And there's lots of different ways that these things can happen, right? But then it's up to you to follow up and make sure that that happens, like a parent would do. We do ask that you commit to the life of this case. Again, the point is to give the child a dependable, responsible adult that they can rely on. So normally, we try to resolve the cases within a year or two. And so we ask you to commit to staying on that case until it is resolved.
Absolutely. Awesome. So I'm going to jump in and give one of my favorite examples, if you don't mind, Adina.
Go right ahead.
A lot of our viewers, that's kind of maybe their favorite thing is saying, okay, give me real life, right? So I am a volunteer as well as an employee, and I'm able to go out and do a lot of fun things with my kids in our community. And one thing that I do is I visit my child. When I say my child, it's my Guardian Ad Litem child. Very often we refer to them as my child. Because we become so close with them. But I go out and visit them at school. So I'm able to talk with their teachers and their guidance counselors and things like that, and able to get a lot of feedback. Sometimes my kid is struggling in a certain subject, so I'm able to get him a math tutor or an after-school program. Summer's coming up, and a lot of times our kiddos are unsure what to do for this summer. I'm able to get them summer programs set up for them. They want to play soccer, so I get that set up as well. And I don't do this by myself. I do this with my team. We do have a support team that consists of a child advocate, manager, and attorney that works with me and for that one specific child. Now, many times the Guardian Ad Litem, unfortunately, for the situation is the only consistent adult. So I pride myself on the fact that I am there for the life of that case, for the life of that situation, and for what that child needs for that specific time, because a lot of times they go through teachers, they go through different counselors and therapists and doctors and dentists, and sometimes even foster homes or group homes. But I am there at every step of that child's life, checking in with them, giving them the resources that they need with the support of my team, and then making them successful in the place where they are in their current situation. So that's kind of...
Nicole, if I can jump in for a minute, you just made me think of a very interesting story. You never know where this is going to lead. Sometimes you'll see the case through to the end, and then everybody goes their separate ways, especially if it was reunification and the child's back with their family. And sometimes you make a lifelong friend and you become a lifelong friend. We have a gentleman and a young man who the gentleman was his guardian all through his time in foster care. He aged out, he's in college. They still keep in touch. They come and speak with us. You may find yourself taking a young lady to shop for a prom gown. You may, be teaching a young man how to tie his tie. We've heard stories of people invited to children's weddings. And so again, back to the impact you have on these kids and the impact it has on you. You will never find anything else that will be as fulfilling. So I just wanted to shoot that in. Sorry, Nicole.
Absolutely. No, I love it. And that's so true. So we're going to jump to, how do I become a volunteer, right? We know kind of the history of the program, how long we've been here, what we go out and do in the community. We advocate on the best interests of the child in court. Adina talked a little bit about that. So what does it take to become a volunteer? You are welcome to come from any background, educational background, situation, age group. We offer and have a really open to anybody who wants to join our program. And that's so positive because we have children from all different backgrounds. So it's wonderful to be able to match them up. And we do that by having you attend an orientation session. And how you do that is first you want to connect with your circuit. So you go to, and you'll see in the next slide here, www.guardianadlitem.org. And you're able to find your circuit in your location and then be able to connect with the recruiter from your circuit. That way you can complete an online application. You're interviewed on a Zoom call or something alike since everything is online. You're also going to go get your fingerprints done so that we can get a background check for you. And then, of course, you do the online training completely online, and then you're on your way towards becoming certified. So it might sound like a lot, but us recruiters are here to help you walk through the entire right, Adina? We're there to help you and support you and walk you through everything. We are your support. We love to encourage you, and we communicate with you like crazy. So anything you need, you can reach out to us by our phone numbers as well as our emails. You can see right there on the page. And then, of course, anytime you want to know more about our program or, of course, find your circuit, you can visit www.guardianadlitem.org. We thank you so much for being with us today, listening to us, and we absolutely hope to see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.